All right, gamers. Jim here from the Ludus Games, and I'm going to do another DeckTeck for EDH Commander. This deck I'm going to talk about is a 1v1. It was designed that way, and it's really fast and aggressive 1v1. You could play it multiplayer, and it works okay, but you start to get affected in the long game. But at the end of the day, it's your general that retains counters and that keeps coming back with haste, and that's relevant even in a multiplayer game. Your resources might be spent a little bit, but that's okay. So the general that we have is Skullbriar, the Walking Grave. He's a green and a black mana. Legendary creature, zombie elemental, is a 1/1. He's got haste. When Skullbriar, the Walking Grave, deals combat damage to a player, put a +1 counter on it. Counters remain on Skullbriar as it moves to any zone other than player's hand or library. With the new advent of the, well, it's not really new, but in the wake of the commander rule being you can't get tucked or moved into any other zone, you can put them back into your command zone. This this general really benefits from that. So I'll go over the deck tech and we'll talk about a few things with Skullbriar. The lands. Let's start off with 10 forests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And 10 swamps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Other lands that either produce dual or in one color would be Golgari Rot Farm, Command Tower, Shizo, Death Storehouse. And this one I like to tutor up often, because it gives target legendary creature fear until end of turn. And giving Skullbriar fear is great because, you know, you can swing in that lethal attack quite easily, especially if the other player's not playing black or artifacts. Verdant Catacombs, Overgrown Tomb, Temple of Malady, Orborg, Oran Reef, Woodland Cemetery, and Tainted Wood. Oran Reef, I found in play testing, is not the greatest. It is late game, so if you're playing multiplayer format, you get an extra counter on Skullbriar. It's great. 1v1 though, I found it a little bit underwhelming. So this is a land you can definitely change out if you want to add something else. And then we have some non-basics. Volrath Stronghold, Temple of False Gods, Cabal Coffers, Cavern of Souls, Vesuva, and Thespian Stage. These are definitely ones you can side out. Obviously, I have Cabal or Cavern of Souls here for the general. I name zombies, and he's uncounterable. Vesuva is here to copy good lands like Cabal Coffers. Really, Cabal Coffers is not that crazy. I have 2 mana sink cards in the deck that you can use with Cabal and like Urborg, but you know, it's one of those things you can change out if you really want to. And Volrath Stronghold, you'll notice they run a small creature package. It's just to get them back some utility, and I put it in because I'm only running, as you can see, 6 non-basics or non-basics that don't produce a particular color. Okay. Altogether, there's 36 lands. I'm going to move to the artifacts. I don't have very many. Surprise. I have, 6 here. Mindcrank, Umezawa's Jute, Expedition Map, Batterskull, Soul Ring, and Mana Vault. I only run these 2 mana rocks simply to accelerate me into a win con early on. They're not really there for anything else because I like to... You'll see there's a couple cards where I like to correct board states and get everything off the table. So running too many mana rocks doesn't really help. And you know what? I'm trying to get him out early. He's only 2 mana. So, you know, I'm spending a turn putting these down. You'll see there's other cards in the deck where turn 1, I'm not dropping these. These are either turn 2 or turn 3. Batterskull, there is some life loss in the deck. There's a way to tutor for a 5-drop, so Batterskull's in there. It just makes Skullbriar awesome, vigilant, lifelink, and pretty hefty. And Umezawa's Jute can end the game really quick. It can come down early and be beneficial with Skullbriar, because Skullbriar is really aggressive. Let's face it. He's going to be attacking. This is a general that you're going to turn sideways all the time. So if you like turning sideways and hitting people, this is a general that you should go with. And Umezawa's Jitte complements that very well. And Mindcrank is awesome. I don't know how many times I've resolved Skullbriar turn 1, turn 2 Mindcrank, and now you're milling 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards end game. Just want to note that Skullbriar, uninterrupted, on a turn 1 play, turn 6 is lethal, right? Turn 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. That's already at 15, so turn 6, that's 21 commander damage. So he can get really crazy really fast. I'll move into my removal package. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 pieces of removal. Here are my big sweeper cards. This one gets all non-land permanents. So artifacts, enchantments, anything, boom, I'm just going to get it all off the board. This is really good. These are my sweeper cards. Toxic Deluge, Black Sun, Zenith, Damnation. If you don't have a Toxic Deluge, you got to run this card. It removes everything for 3 mana. And those indestructible Eldrazi's, well, that gets around that because it gives them negative counters. So put this if you're running a black deck. It's a must-have sweeper. Then we have Beast Within, Naturalize, Natural State. I'm going to hit artifacts and enchantments early if I can. I run 2 1-drop removals. You'll see that this deck is geared to do something on turn 1, whether it's bringing Skullbriar out or playing a spell like Natural State. Turn 1, I can't bring Skullbriar. Okay, I'll play a Forest and sit on Natural State. Well, turn 1, you're going to play a Land Soul Ring. Great. Response, Natural State. Get rid of the Soul Ring. Have a nice day, right? You want to be doing something early on and interacting. So you'll see there's a lot of 1-drop spells. Snuff Out, 0 removal. Ashes to Ashes, Maelstrom Pulse, Silence of the Believers. This one is good because it exiles. However, it's a bit slow, and I have contemplated getting this one out of the deck. Again, that's a card that can be easily removed if you find something else that you want to tweak this deck with. Abrupt Decay, Nature's Claim, another 1-drop. Brain Spoil, Corrosion Grip, and Putrefy are my other removal cards. I want to talk about Brain Spoil for a second. Brain Spoil is in here not for its destroy target creature, although I can use it as a utility removal spell, but it's really here for the transmute. So I'm transmuting for something for 5. I'm either going for my Win Con, I'll show you that in a sec, or Batterskull. Batterskull is something that I need in this deck because you do lose life. You'll see with some of the other cards that I run, and you want to be able to gain that back. Plus, putting a Batterskull on your general after the first turn, he's already at least 1 counter. That's a 6/6 Vigilant General with lifelink and just keeps getting bigger. So that's in there. My other spells, utility spells, I'll go over them. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 utility spells. My game winners that I like to play is Hatred. That's the one I can get off of that transmute. So basically, Hatred is an instant for 2 black and 3 colorless. Pay X life, target creature gets plus X plus ult to the end of the turn. So, let's say turn 1 I got him out. Turn 2 I played a Mana Rock. By turn 3 I could be going like this, no blocks, play Hatred, pay enough life to kill you with general damage. So this one really gets people. I'm going to say this though. When you transmute it, you have to reveal it so people know Hatred is in your hand. Keep that in mind because Hatred plays a lot better if people do not see it coming. Mind you, once you've played somebody one-on-one and you've killed them with Hatred, they're really going to be cautious and try to play around it. At that point, go ahead and brain or transmute for it because they're playing around it anyway. And then there's Tooth and Nail that tutors out an infinite win con. You know, I put this in the deck simply because, you know, sometimes you play in play groups. And me personally, I'm okay with whatever. If the card's not banned, it's legal, just play it. I don't care what it is. Infinite combos, no infinite combos. To me, it doesn't matter. But that's my personal opinion, whatever your play group is. But anyways, at the end of the day, there's some play groups that, you know, run infinite combos, and that's my answer to that in terms of infinite win. Then there's Praetor's Grasp, Blackmail. These are the hand disruption, 1-drop spells are great. Blackmail, Duress, Thoughtseize, Inquisition of Kozilek. There's a few others. I think they're a little more too narrow. One that gets a creature or planeswalker, but if they don't have any, you blanked. Another one that hits artifacts. Again, if they don't have any, you've blanked. These are better, in my opinion. So turn 1, if I'm not bringing Skullbriar out, I'm going to be trying to mess with your hand, which is great. Kadama's Reach, Seasons Past. This card, if you're running green, you have to run it. It's a great utility card that brings back multiple cards from your yard, and it recycles itself. I recommend playing with this. Once you try it and you've used it, you're never going to go back. Harrow. I'm not trying to be rude or anything. I apologize if anybody's offended. But the great sort of, you know, like your Kadama's Reach, mana ramp spell. Sylvan Scrying to get any land that I want. So if I got an Urborg, I need a Cabal, or if I want to get Shizos out, I get that out. Mind Twist is one of my mana sinks. Basically, you know, just get rid of your hand. Yawgmoth's Will, bring back anything from the yard, replay it. Great spell. Dark Ritual. This card, if you can get it early with I just forgot. Hatred. Jeez. Brain fart. With Hatred and this, you know, you can easily win turn 2. And the other thing is, if you're running black, run a Dark Ritual. It's so good. You can power out things early on. It's so great. And it's relevant no matter what phase of the game, early, mid, late. Because who doesn't want to get 3 mana for 1 mana? I mean, that's just a great deal. Read the Bones, a bit of card draw. Increasing Savagery. This one's awesome for your general. You know, let's say you've ramped out your general turn 1. Turn 2, you know, you have a mana rock. Turn 3, I'm going to give him 5 counters. He's already got 2. That's 7 counters. 8. He's an 8/8 swinging by turn 4, and then by turn 5, it's, you know, death. Regrowth, again, to regrow anything from your yard. There's the Hatred and the other cards that we talked about. Tutors. I only run 3. Vampiric, Besiege the Queen, and Demonic. Again, I'm going to be looking for relevant cards to allow me to win the game quicker. That's why I only went with 3 tutors. I do have one more tutor in form of a creature, other than the transmute. You'll see in a sec. But my spells, those are the 3 tutors that I run. My creature suite is small. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have Den Protector to bring spells back. Geth, he's my other mana sink. You know, with Mind Crank and stuff like that, you're dumping people's yards into the bin, and you just get to reuse it. Deathrite Shaman, again, turn 1 play. Triskelion, Erebos for card draw. Kozilek to make sure I protect myself against mill and draw. Sidisi, I get to tutor. Mikaeus and Eternal Witness to bring stuff back from my hand. Usually when I'm playing Tooth and Nail, these are the 2 cards I'm running. I like this Triskelion. I'll tell you why. Because you play him out, let's say, and people, because of the old art, they don't recognize it immediately as the Triskelion. They know as, you know, an infinite combo loop with Mikaeus, and they might not, you know, key on him very quickly. So I'll play that first. If I'm doing it naturally, people are like, whatever, and then I'll play Mikaeus, and they need to answer this before this resolves, or else it's game over. Anyway, that's why I run the old version. a little sneaky, but hey, you know, you got to get advantages where you can, little by little, right? I'll show you my enchantments. I'm running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pernicious Deed, again, another sweeper. It takes care of everything. Really good early on, and this deck is, I'm going to heat on mana ramp and mana rocks. You're running those, you're not going to get a chance to play them. I want to get rid of them off the table, so I stymie your progression, allowing me to get through with Skullbriar for the kill. Phyrexian Arena for card draw. I'm losing life there. Necropotence card draw, losing life. The ultimate enchantment, Rancor. This is amazing with the general, because at the end of the day, you know, Skullbriar goes back in the command zone with his counters. I recast him. Rancor is back in my hand because it's really hard to get rid of Rancor unless you're exiling it. So it's really lethal. Another piece of removal that I love, Song of the Dryads. It gets anything and just shuts it down. Planeswalkers, lands, anything that's bothering you. Boom. Take care of it. Hardened Scales, another one I like to play on turn 1 if I haven't played my general turn 1. Hardened Scales, then now my general's pumping out lots of counters on it, and it's even, I think it's turn 4 or turn 5 deck. And Sylvan Library for the filter of the deck. And lastly but not least, the important cards to the deck that allow you to bring Skullbriar out on turn 1. There's 5 of them. There's one that I'm missing that I don't have in my collection. It's what? Gemstone Caverns. It's a land. Gemstone Caverns. So if you have that, that moves you up to 6, which is even better. I'll run through it. Mox Diamond, Elvish Spirit Guide, Chrome Mox, Lotus Petal, and Chancellor of the Tangle. This guy really irks me, because other than the fact that I can get a mana on turn 1, if I'm drawing him at any other time, to me it feels like dead weight. I would almost run Gemstone Caverns over this and just leave this guy out. I mean, you know, he is a 6/7 body, but really in Commander, by the time this guy happens, I want to be winning the game. So anyways, just to go over it, you know, turn 1, I play a land, I play Lotus Petal, crack that, play land, there's Skullbriar attacking. Again, land, Chrome Mox, exile a spell, you know, there's Skullbriar attacking turn 1. Elvish Spirit Guide, you know, exile it, get 1 mana, and come in and attack. Again, this one, you know, exile a land, and now I got 2, turn 1, he's attacking. This one, make sure that you, if this is in your opening hand, you announce it before anyone does any actions, or else technically you don't get the mana. So once everybody, you ask everybody, hey, is your hands good? Everybody's keeping? Okay, I'd like to reveal. You reveal this, and then you'll get this on your first main phase. And then you can tap and go. Be cognizant of what else you have in your hand. You know, this obviously you need a swamp for this to work. This you want to have more than 2 lands so that you can have plays turn 2 and 3. This one you have to have a colored spell to tuck under it. This one's pretty simple. Just a land in this is pretty much good, right? So these are the premium cards of the deck, because they allow you to play your general turn 1. That means by turn 6, if it's uninterrupted, it is game over. So I hope you enjoyed it. This is a great 1v1 general. You can also try it multiplayer. I find if you do, you're going to be adjusting and trying to make this deck more of a multiplayer deck. I believe Skullbriar really shines when you hone it for 1v1. It's really hard to deal with this, you know. And even if they do, oh, put it in command zone, still got the counters on it. Oh, I'm going to cast them again. Oh, the second time I cast them is only 4 mana, then only 6 mana, then only 8. The taxation on this is like whatever, just about. It's like, okay, you want to get rid of him, that's fine. There's many times where I go, okay, play, he's got 3 counters, I'm going to wipe the board. I got no problems. Get him off the board, because guess what? I'm going to bring him back for 4 mana. He's got haste. Haste on a general is so good. That's why generals like Maelstrom is a great general. Skullbriar and others with haste is awesome. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. Thumbs up, like the video, comment if you have. If I've made any mistakes or whatnot, let me know, and I'll make the corrections. and I hope you enjoyed it. Have fun, play lots of Commander, and we'll talk to you later. Peace.